Mm. Yeah, yeah. I thought the first half it wasn't. Well, I thought it could be a 4-5 all in the first half. To be honest, it seemed pretty hectic. I mean, we should have scored. I don't even know how many. But I was never like, bizarrely like for a derby. I never felt in much jeopardy. Like even when they scored, I was like, oh, I still think we're going to win this. So like, I'm not too concerned. But like Sancho's only going to do that once every. So like, that's not what you can do about a goal like that. Maybe get a bit tighter, but apart from that, yeah, he had too much space. Like I think Walker definitely could have got a bit tighter to him. But if finish like that, there's not a lot you can do about. Like, it's a very good finish. No, he didn't go too big, did he? But I think we all know he'd rather be at us anyway. So, uh, no.
Yeah, I agree. I think, recently, obviously, they've always been a counter-attacking side against us. Like City have always dominated the matches. Like obviously, the away game this season was complete domination, even though it was just 2-0. But I think as Amy said, the first half was still close. I think United did fairly well. They started up well, they pressed well, but I think we all knew that. I mean, we've seen throughout the new manager Ragnick's tenure that they can't sustain
No,
it for 90 minutes. Like they start well, they might have a good first half, but they're always going to fall off in that second half, and that was the case again here. And I think we City, like at first I think were maybe a bit taken aback by like how high they were pressing
Yeah.
and how intense they were being, but then like after a few minutes they were able to adjust to what Ragnick had like set his side up, and then well after that it was complete domination.
Were you
Except for the goal, I can't think of any good chances either for them.
were you surprised at how high they pressed Amy in their squad? I know I wasn't expecting to come out like that so much, but I definitely felt under pressure. Or maybe that's just
yeah,
me against United. I hate, which you know I hate.
I, I was surprised, but at the end of the day, when they've got Bruno Fernandes up front, like he notoriously is very like doesn't track back, very lazy. Like I think he did try a lot more in the first half than he did in the second, but in the second half he was just walking around like he didn't didn't really seem too bothered about even bothering pressing anymore, and he sort of gave up. So
It was down. We'll come on to Micah Richards and Roy Keane later on, but I think Roy Keane had some absolutely bang on things. The United players with 25 minutes to go were walking, strolling round. I think Rashford came on, and I don't think he broke a sweat.
yeah,
Honestly,
Lingard, yeah.
the amount of United fan friends I've got, they are absolutely fuming at that performance, which is delightful for us, which is absolutely amazing. But I think one player we need to talk about. In fact, there's a couple of Blues we need to talk about, but one particular who I think was at the heart of it was our captain yesterday, Kevin De Bruyne. I think to coin what Pep said yesterday, he's back, and by God, I tell you what good timing for a player of his quality to start coming back and score 2 goals and a complete man of the match performance from him. Amy, what's your thoughts on Kev? What was it like watching him on the pitch? It was everywhere,
Oh,
wasn't
he's just unreal. Like he links together the entire team. And was it? Oh, it was his second. Was it his second? Yeah, his second. When I think Foden had a shot, then was it Bernardo, and then you just knew as soon as it fell to him, it was like, "What's going in?" Isn't it? Like,
Oh, it's delightful.
yeah,
I saw a stat before. He's scored 77 goals for City now in all
yeah.
competitions. The same. It's the same as David Silva and Niall Quinn. I don't know if you two will remember Niall Quinn, but Niall Quinn's disco pants are the best for all the City fans from the 80s and 90s. But it was brilliant. One side De Bruyne yesterday, Neil.
Oh yeah, he was phenomenal. I think Pep mentioned post match that towards the start of the season he struggled a bit with his injuries. I think in the Euros he had some issues with his ankles, but he played on, and that kind of made things worse. And like he wasn't ever fully fit, but now he's back, and boy is he back. I mean I don't know how, but I still think people underrate how good he is, like the passes he makes, the way he gets forward. I think in terms of like counter attacking, he's the best player we have, both with how he can carry the ball forward really, really quickly, and with how his passing is always precise and always gets to like the player he's searching for. Like with all the rest of our players, they leave something. They're very good when we're like in sustained possession and slowly breaking teams down, which is what we're doing most of the time. But in like especially in the big games when it will be back and forth and you will have to defend and then counter attack sometimes. This is when Kevin De Bruyne shines the brightest and well.
Yeah, is phenomenal, and he was just. I just felt like he was absolutely everywhere, and I was a little bit gutted that he came off. He was subbed off, but I can kind of get it. He did his job, did it to the best of his ability.
I think he had a knock too.
Did he get a knock as well? Did he? I didn't see that.
The Maguire tackle, which like he was booked for it, and then like after
oh,
he
of course,
off,
yeah,
talking
yeah.
to the physios, like he was showing something in his like left leg. So
well,
I think Pep said post match that he's fine. But I mean, when we were 3-1 up and like, as you said, United were just strolling around and like they wanted to get done with it as quickly as possible. So then he's like, take him off. And good news is we're 5-0 up in the Champions League tie. So I think hopefully he'll get some rest in case it's anything worse.
I tell you, I guarantee you one thing: Pep's playing him on Wednesday night. I don't think Pep understands the word resting with our key players. I'd rather wrap him in bubble wrap for the next week or so. But there's no chance he'll start him. Pep's got a screw loose when it comes to stuff like that. Anything we should happen, he'll do the complete opposite. I think everyone knows that. But it was funny when I was watching the game because I don't know if you two saw it the same way I did. In the first half, you could tell that Pep was focusing on their left channel, their right side, United's right side. We seemed to, I think we chucked about 80% of all our opportunities came from that side, and Mahrez didn't get a particular look in. But when the screw started to really tighten from City, it seemed as if Mahrez kind of came into his own and came away with 2 goals. We kind of upped our tempo, didn't we, Amy, to be able to incorporate Mahrez? Do you think that was a strategy just to keep hammering away on that one side and every now and then chuck it out to Mahrez just to cause a bit of mayhem?
Yeah. Well, I don't know why they played Wan-Bissaka even to start with, to be honest. It should have been Dalot, but I don't know if he's not injured, is he? I don't think.
I'm not sure.
No, he's not injured. Shaw was injured, not him.
He's pretty useless. So I don't know if that's got anything to do with it. But yeah, I think United this year, especially in the second half, they seem to drop off so much. Like there's been a couple of games where they've been 2 up. Like against Leeds, they were 2 up in the space of 20 seconds. It was 2 up.
Minutes, yeah.
And we're sort of doing the opposite. Like it's in the second half when we really kick into gear. Like we've had a few first halves that have been a bit slow, a bit like finding our own, but then in the second half we proper kick into gear. So I don't know if that's why like he's trying to exploit both sides as opposed to just it did work against Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah, it really did. Do you remember that opportunity when Foden just barged into him and chucked him right off the ball?
Yeah, but I saw on Match of the Day he was 15 yards behind Wan-Bissaka when they both started running for the ball, and he still beat him to it. Like that just shows United's work ethic, really, doesn't it?
He just wanted it, didn't he? He's a blue at heart. He just wanted to get the ball off him and just charge at goal again. And I think for Kevin's second goal, it was really unlucky when I think it was Maguire? He tipped it over and then took it down into his left. Was it Lindelof? Honestly, yeah.
That was so good.
Oh, and do you know what was even better? When Cancelo, that side kick, that scissor kick.
Yeah.
I tell you, I thought that was in.
That would have been
I thought it was in. I was up. I was like, this is goal of the season. Oh no! Of all times for De Gea to roll back 5 years. Oh, amazing! I genuinely I thought Cancelo. I thought everyone was fantastic. I want to give another special mention out to Mahrez. We talked a bit briefly about him then, but that's his 60th goal for City now in all competitions. And he's in the top 40 goal scorers for the club. He doesn't seem to have been at City that long to be able to do that. But I think is that his 20th goal now? 21st goal this season for City? 20th goal? 20th.
I think he's in double digits for the league, I'm pretty sure. and he has a fair few in the cups and the Champions League.
I think it's
So
his
it could be
I think it's 21st goal he
I'll
scored
just
yesterday.
check. Hold on.
Yeah, you do that for us. That's great. So from that point of view, I know Tom, one of our other admins, was chomping on about him being Ballon d'Or, but I think for City, I still genuinely think he could be our best player. I think he's got so much left in his legs to be able to give us so much more. What do you two think of Mahrez? Go with you, Amy.
I'm trying to be like on a level. Cause I haven't forgiven him for Anfield. As petty as that sounds, I can't. I just can't, because we've not won at Anfield in at least my lifetime, I don't think. So that was the time. But anyway,
But to be fair to him,
this
after that he
season
scored
is
every penalty.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
I mean,
He's been unreal this year. Like, but
What's he got to do? What's he got to do, Amy, to get rid of Liverpool hoodoo for you? Because I'd forgotten about it. Genuinely, I was as
score the
pissed
winner
off
at
as anyone
Anfield,
else.
and then I will definitely then I'll forgive it. Or even at the Etihad, we'll take him doing it in April. Scoring the winner
It is at the Etihad, isn't it, in April? It's not at Anfield. Yeah, okay, yeah.
it's at the Etihad.
I thought I had my diary mixed up then. Yeah, I
yeah,
thought
that was his
Champions League final. I'll take that as well.
Champions League final winner. Yeah, I'd take
not
that.
a bad time.
That's not a bad one. You can forgive a lot of sins, can't you? Let's go in and win in the Champions League final. Absolutely.
Yeah, that was his 20th and 21st goals for the season.
Brilliant. And
10 in the league, 6 in the Champions League, and 5 in the cup.
So we've still got 10. Is it 10 games left to go? Then FA Cup games, then Champions League games. There's still
We could
plenty.
get about 5 against Sporting.
And I think he's scoring a goal a game for like the last 10 games or something.
Brilliant. Listen, long may it continue, and the more goals he gets, the better. And I think I need to give a special shout out to the lad who runs more than any player I think I've ever seen, Bernardo Silva. 12.5k, 12.8k he ran in the derby. 12.8k. To give you that, I did 10k run this morning, and I did that in just under an hour. So he's playing football as well as doing this. Honestly, the fitness level, the engine on that lad is absolutely phenomenal. I bet the physios hate him. I bet he's straight on the physio table, getting massages left, right, and centre. And I don't really know what to say about him, Amy. What do you think about Bernardo?
His work rate is just, him and Foden are easily the best in the league for work rate. They just do not stop. Like, even if they play week in, week out, like they never give up. I reckon we could be 8-0 down. They'd still be. I hope we never find out, but they would still be going and going and going. And even if we're 5-0 up, they still do. Like, we could go 4-5 up against Sporting, be 10-0 on aggregate, and they will still be running. They will still be giving it their all. Like, 100% believe that.
He's phenomenal, isn't he? The effort. I noticed he was in a more of a forward central position. I don't know. I know he moved around a lot yesterday, but I quite liked that, to keep them on their feet, because that United's defence is not anything special, was it, yesterday? They really, I think that's one of the worst United teams I've ever seen, and it makes me all warm and fuzzy inside saying that. Absolutely fantastic. John Stones again, thought he did okay. I thought his appearance wise, what was his stats before? He's winning 8. Go on.
Haven't we won 100% that he started this year?
I'm not sure.
Really?
Is that right?
I think so. I saw that on Twitter this morning.
Was anybody else a little bit nervous about Diaz not playing this game, and actually looking back at it thinking, bloody hell, we were fantastic in defence. I thought we did really well, apart from that one goal, but I thought we were absolutely fantastic. So where does this leave you two then in your thoughts on the process of where we are now? We've is it 10 games left of the season? Does it all boil down to the Liverpool game, or is there going to be more to it than that?
I think probably if neither of us, if we both like stay on par with our results up until then, like for the next month, then, and there is 3 points in it if they win their game in hand, which they will, then I think definitely. If it's a draw, I mean, that doesn't really do a lot, but if we win, I think it's done, and then if they win, I'd be very, very worried.
They have, I think, goal difference is in their favour right now.
Yeah,
right?
but we've still
That's
got
something to keep an eye on. But they don't have Bielsa anymore.
True.
Bielsa would give us a good 6.
True.
So their goal difference is 51 to our 50. We just need to beat them, don't we? We just need to beat them. There's no two ways about it. We need to get a result off them, and that'll be like a.
I think a draw is not the worst. I mean,
Yeah, it wouldn't be
beating
the
them is
end of
always
the
good.
world.
Draw is not like if it's 0-0 in the last 5 minutes, then I suggest that City just close shop and see out the draw rather than go all out for the win and risk losing.
Yeah, I think
I think a draw is good.
Liv's just put on Facebook, every game's a big game, can't disrespect other teams after what happened to Spurs, need 100% effort every game. Liv, you're absolutely spot on. Liv, when are you coming back on the show? You're absolutely spot on. I'm looking at our run of fixtures, and every one of them thinks banana skin, banana skin, banana skin, banana skin. I hate it. We got Palace on Monday night, haven't we? Obviously Sporting on Wednesday, so we've got a week till the Palace game, which is obviously away, and Amy, you're going to. Realistically, we've got to be thinking they're in 10th position at the minute, and they won their last game. They've won 2, drawn 2, and lost 1 in their last 5 games. Obviously beatable. Banana skin territory. Go on, Amy. I'm going to put you under pressure.
I mean, they did beat us. They did beat us in the reverse fixture.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I hate playing Palace. I hate it so much. Playing Palace. I don't know why.
You hate what?
I like Spurs playing Palace. I like Spurs.
Oh.
I'm never confident, especially away. I just can't be confident against them.
There's something. I mean, Spurs is. I just got a little bit of special hatred for Spurs, and I'm not too sure why. But yeah, I mean, we've got to be confident going into that. Let's face it. As I think I say to most of these things, if we can't beat Crystal Palace, we want to win the league. We don't deserve to win it. So we've got to go into it, haven't we?
I think is it this weekend they have Brighton, and they've slipped up against Brighton a couple of times in the past couple of years.
This season, I think they drew.
Has our Brighton game been postponed? Been rescheduled, by the way? Has that been coming back in yet?
Yeah, I don't know when it is, but we've got Southampton away. I think it's on the Sunday they've moved it to, which is really rubbish.
What, the quarter final?
Yeah,
have they? So that'll be on TV.
It's 3 o'clock on Sunday. I think
3 o'clock on a Sunday. How bizarre! I don't
think anyone's going to be able to go, are they? It's so far away on a Sunday.
It's a bonkers thing to do, and I'm assuming
might be wrong.
I'm assuming that'll be on TV. Then I'll have a quick look on Twitter to see what's coming. Obviously, I've been looking at this, so I've not kept abreast. If anyone while I'm talking, anyone knows the fixture move. Let's put Sunday 19th 3 p.m. Not many trains coming back from the south coast on a Sunday. That's terrible. That's typical FA, that, isn't it? Bloody hellfire. Right, okay. That's a coach with Cheadle, isn't it, guys? Right, well, I'm going to wrap up very soon. Have you got anything else to add for the Manchester derby? Obviously, fantastic, brilliant result for us.
I did think Grealish was class, I think.
Grealish?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dan Fielding. I'll be singing your praises for mentioning Grealish because I completely forgot to mention him. I think that was his best game for City that I've seen. I don't know how you two think about that.
Agreed. I think also, like before the game, there was some displeasure over the fact that Pep dropped Sterling after he's been in good form of late. But I think the thing you mentioned about attacking their right side. So I think this is a clear tactical decision from Pep to play Grealish because obviously he's very good with the ball at his feet and in tight spaces. And like what we were trying to do is with Grealish, Cancelo, and then Bernardo Silva drifting to the wing, we were trying to do 3v2 against them. And I think for all of our first 3 goals, it was one of those 3 involved in the build-up, or obviously both or 2 or all of them. So it was clear why Pep wanted to play him, and I think he did he performed his role perfectly.
I think Pep's tactics were absolutely spot on. I thought they were absolutely spot on. I thought he had Ragnarok, what his name is, absolutely nailed to the cross. I thought he was brilliant. I couldn't fault the way we played yesterday, and I don't think United could handle us. I really don't. I think they looked at our team expecting us to do more interchanging between the left and right, but genuinely going straight down our left flank. And we just beat them apart every movement. I think they looked United looked like they were just rabbits in headlights for me. They just didn't know what to do with us, which is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
I think that the last 15 minutes were genuinely staggering. I think the stat is United had just 8% of possession.
Oh yeah.
Like in a derby in the last 50, that's that says it all. That's incredible.
Did you see the poster put on last night? We had 92%, and I put on the new class of '92 or something like that. That's honestly. I hope no United fans are watching this because they probably won't be. But
Why would they be?
do you know what? I've got a couple of mates that actually watch it, are United fans, waiting for me to say something stupid so they can slag me off, and I just can't. Where do United go next? Because they just seem to be going backwards. I can't understand it. They seem to be on this rebuilding path, but I think that's. When was the last time we did the double over United? Does anyone know?
Not in the last 4 seasons anyway.
When was
I think, by the way, this was the first goal we scored at the Etihad against United since 2019.
Say that again. First goal was scored against United in 2 years.
At the Etihad, at home.
What? That's not right.
Yeah, you can check it. I checked it.
What? Even when was the game we were winning 2-0 up and we lost 3-2 when we could have won the league?
That was 2018.
18.
That was the 100.
Was it?
That was
Yeah, because it was the week we got beat by Liverpool twice as well. Because I remember I was at all 3 games that week, away at Anfield and then the 2 home ones. And
was that 2018?
yeah, it was ages ago. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that worries me a little bit. That's gone far too quickly for my liking. So yeah, Grealish, great performance. I genuinely can't fault any of the City players. Would you guys have made any different changes with what you saw there? I mean, it's really hard to say that, isn't it? Because obviously we got, Foden, Mahrez, De Bruyne, Silva, Cancelo. I think that team was absolutely spot on. Would you have made any changes before the lineup? Would you have played Sterling, or were you happy?
Yeah, I would have played Sterling over Mahrez before I knew he'd obviously scored 2. But that's just because of my
hindsight.
dislike for Mahrez. That's the
No, but to be fair, in the first half, when we were playing almost exclusively on the left, Mahrez wasn't really that effective because off the ball he doesn't really make the same level of runs as Sterling. Sterling has his best strength is when he's stretching the defense without the ball and he's making those runs in behind, which obviously Mahrez doesn't have because he's more of a ball to feet player. So in the first half, I agree that Sterling would have been a better option on that right, but then obviously I don't think Sterling can score that half.
There was a master plan, wasn't there? There's a definite master plan now by Pep. Well, listen, guys, what a weekend it's been. So we'll shoot off. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. Have you two got anything to add before we go?
Oh, we won the Conti Cup as well, didn't we? The women.
The women. Well done, women.
Chelsea, yeah.
And the kids won as well. I think it was a brilliant weekend all around. I'm ashamed to say I don't really follow the women's team. I hardly have enough time to follow City at the moment. So watching the women's as well, it's just near on impossible. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
What was it like?
Well, when Chelsea scored the first one, I was like, oh, it's just going to be a 3-4-0 battering, to be honest. But no, it was unreal. We went out for dinner, so I had it on my phone in the car, and when we scored our first one and our second, I was like, I actually going to turn it around. But no, I didn't think we'd beat Chelsea at the start of it, I'll be honest.
Yeah,
Did not think we took a chance.
Yeah, I don't think anyone expected us to.
No.
Do you two properly follow the women's team? I generally
Not properly. I'll watch.
Yeah, a fair bit. Yeah.
Someone's just put one of our admins, I'm assuming it's Dan, the women were superb, Greenwood was class. That means nothing to me. That's really shameful. I'm sorry, everybody. Who's Greenwood? I don't follow the team. I don't follow it.
She played it. It's really weird. She's played for us. Well, she plays for us now, obviously, and she played for United, Liverpool, and Everton. I think. It's really
Liverpool
bizarre.
too.
Yeah. Bit weird.
Right, very weird. On that note, I'm going to have to do some more gending up on the women's team answer before the next show. That's my homework for the night. But listen, thanks very much for watching us, guys, and thank you, you two. We'll speak to you very soon. Have a good night.
Bye.
Cheers, bye bye.